Socialism keeps winning. Bernie, baby. I'm glad Bernie's alive to see this. And by this, I mean socialists winning everywhere. Yes, that's correct. Socialists are winning every election you've ever heard of. All of them being swept by the socialists. That's not really true, but it is true a little bit. Enough to make the Republicans and the liberals freak the fuck out. They're actually losing their minds. I wonder what all your least favorite right-wingers are saying about this.
On the march with the Jews, they'll usually not, and yes, you get some capo-dimmy Jews, right? Like Brad Lander, of course.
Anyway, so that's where we start our adventure with Dave Rubin. So you can see where he's at. He's essentially saying, like, some Jews are not good because they're voting different, they're acting different, they're not part of the liberal Zionist agenda, and I don't like that. So we're already like Jew-splaining everybody, or what was that? What would that be called? Like, we're gatekeeping Jewishness. Which is not anti-Semitic, by the way. Dave Rubin is not being anti-Semitic by questioning someone's Jewishness as it pertains to their ties to the state of Israel.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. Incumbent Congressman Dan Goldman, who was just banned from a New York City coffee shop because of his support for Israel, he has now lost his primary to a radical socialist backed by Mamdani.
He's fucking crying, guys. A puffy old Sean Hannity is crying on national television, squeaks in his voice. He can barely hold his emotions together because poor old Goldman, poor old liberal Zionist Goldman lost to Brad Lander, clearly one of the most threatening people ever. And literally, wasn't this guy part of the reason, or like the reason, that Trump got impeached the first time around? Am I nuts? Haven't we heard this name before? Like, he should hate this guy. But instead, he's like, well, Brad Lander's not as much of a Zionist as Goldman. I think Brad Lander is, to some extent, like, pro-Israel in that he thinks the state can exist or whatever, and he said he would go, but he doesn't think that they should genocide or apartheid, which is good. So I'll take it. And he's also a socialist, so that's good. He's not feeling good. Anyway, I just really had to share that before we moved on. It just made me feel good, and I hope you feel good too. Okay, we got lots of more. He will be going through the highlights of many other people reacting to this.
And they're in on it too, and they will be beheaded. And again, we'll just do a show that day, and it'll be just fine.
Oh yeah, the Sharia law is taking over New York City. Everyone's getting beheaded. The burqas are out. My mayor, Mom Donnie. My fucking cream cheese chive. We're beheading the non-believers. Nixon 5.
But they are coming for everybody who does not bow to them. What level of tolerance do you think these people really have, right?
They're coming for you. They're coming for you. What level of tolerance do you think these socialist, woke, trans allies have? They're going to make us all be trans.
They're tolerant and they're decent. You think they accept any? Notice they all have every same opinion.
What?
Does any of these people have any difference of opinion?
Well, Brad Lander thinks the state of Israel is valid. So yes, they do, in fact, have different opinions. I would say that the leftists are a pretty big tent. We disagree all the time. Like, I think it's well known we disagree all the time with each other. And I think that's part of our charm. I think it's like the point, to some extent. It's like the freedom of expression. And we talk about stuff. And let's be honest, usually the furthest left position tends to be right, especially on social issues, which was really should be the most libertarian position, which is you should be able to live your life as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else. You know what does hurt somebody else? Hoarding wealth.
At all. Democrats used to have a difference of opinion on different things. Actually, the word liberalism.
Oh my fucking God. In a solemn experience on Dave Rubin's show, he is trying to say liberalism used to be a good thing, while saying there's no disagreement on the left, while the Democratic establishment is getting literally subsumed by the actual left. There are some disagreements in the Democratic Party, to say the least. By the way, Big Money Jim, right in the middle of my intro, said say something nice, but I still remember, so I will say something nice about Dave Rubin. Despite the fact that he was already in fine shape, it looks like he's been taking Ozempic or something and losing weight that he didn't need to, which says to me that he still has that grind set in him, and I think that's good. I think he needs to continue to fret about all of these things and never have a moment's peace while he freaks out about good things happening.
You know what's baked into liberalism? Tolerance, right? Unfortunately, it became this offshoot of GAD. But like suicidal tolerance is what these people have decided.
Oh, suicidal tolerance, just like suicidal empathy, huh? So am I not supposed to have empathy for you then? Cool. I think it's suicidal to have empathy for you, Dave. This is where your nihilism about this goes. This is where you're like freak out about, oh no, if you feel good about other people, if you try to take someone else's position and try to understand it, that's bad. Suicidally so. It's bad to try to understand. All right, we'll stop and we'll send the Sharia socialists over to Rubin report. We'll send them over and everyone they'll have like blow guns with either testosterone or estrogen, whatever you don't want, and then they'll blow gun it into your neck, and then you'll be forced to be woke.
Here's Hassan, and of course he is a socialist, but his price just went up if you want to campaign with him.
Who's this? Hey! Oh, it's our boy Hassan! Azan! Any obby heads in chat? Oh, and who is this? Someone even more famous? Man, he must be so happy to be in Emma's shine. She's so wonderful. I love her so much. I'm so happy for her, too. Her Knicks won. Socialism's winning. Fucking what a year for Emma. And everybody, really, but like, fuck. Great shit.
After tonight, my price went up. You have to be a democratic socialist if you want some of this shine.
True!
Sorry.
True! Oh, look at his somber face. Fucking true! Oh, I love these people. I'm so happy. That's wonderful. He's so fucking upset. He is turgid with rage. Look at his veins in his forehead. It's not going well.
Yeah, and he means that. He will charge more for his appearances now because he is an influencer. And
that's not what he will charge more. Dave Rubin, you charge a ton for your appearances. You did a grift with Jordan Peterson. Everyone remembers. Your bad stand-up comedy is public. We can see it. Hassan said, essentially, the price has gone up in that there's no space for his endorsement for liberals. You have to be a democratic socialist or more or further left. He will not hang out with you if you can't abide. He will not give you the endorsement, which is obviously moving. It's moving people. Hassan Abi heads are out here voting. They're out here organizing. They're running themselves. Join your local DSA chapter, or if your local DSA chapter isn't very good, because some of them are not very good, change it for the better yourself. If you have criticisms of your local DSA chapter, you can be in the room making the changes you wish to see and be part of the magic that's happening right now. You could be or support the next Mom Donnie in your local area. You can sign up and pay dues. You can support other candidates. Do it.
Obviously, as evil and demented as he is, and as he pushes communism on us,
son, evil and demented.
At the end of the day, he's a capitalist. He's a capitalist who lives in a multi-million-dollar house somewhere in L.A.
Oh my God. It's the Boers comic. Insert Boers comic. It's the same thing. You set up a system that we find exploitative, and then he excels at it while criticizing it, and you say he can't do that? Disagree. I totally disagree. His job would still exist in the socialism we're even trying to get anyway, buddy. Chill the fuck out.
And he just flat out said it. They don't even mind saying the quiet part. We're going to push communism and capitalism on everyone. Am I going to live in a multi-million-dollar house? Of course. Am I going to charge more now for my speeches so that you can get some of my shine? I really could puke in a bucket right now. Do we have the...
Please do. That would be hilarious. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe it wasn't Ozempic.
Ilhan puke bucket. Maybe I'll puke at the end of the show. Here's Scott Jennings explaining how out of control this new Democrat Party is.
I'm so happy that he's playing this clip from Scott Jennings, who is freaking the fuck out. Everyone, grab your popcorn. It's lovely. You will love everything that you're about to see in this whole video. I mean, seriously, you're just going to have such a joyous time. This is like basically not even trash. This is essentially just a good time that all of us are having together. Love winning.
If the socialists win, I agree with, they're going to feel like they have the wind at their back. You're going to see Mamdani inspire candidacies across the country. You already are. Michigan is a great example. There's a Senate primary going on there, and I think Abdul El-Sayed is ahead.
That's our boy, Abdul El-Sayed. We've gone to one of his rallies before. It was a good time. Wouldn't mind having him on the pod. Maybe I'll bring him over. Maybe we'll hang out sometime. Have him on stream. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Has a great chance to win. He's exactly like these socialist candidates in New York City. It's not just confined to a few districts here. It is spreading already. And if
Midwest Mamdani, baby. If you are in Michigan, vote for Abdul El-Sayed. He has the actual Jake Bump, of course. I do endorse this candidate. He is for Medicare for all. He's for getting money out of politics. He is against the Israeli genocide of Palestinians and their apartheid. He is for the liberation of trans and queer people. He is for, I mean, he's just for everything. He's for healthcare, housing, education. He's a doctor. He lifts, and he's a Michigander. He's great. He's genuinely an excellent candidate. Can't wait to vote for him in November. It's going to be a fucking landslide.
they win, you're going to see this inspiration for these kinds of candidacies across the country. The implications for...
Oh, this guy fucking hates representative democracy. Me too, to some degree, but not for the same reason. I want more direct representative democracy. I want to blast this two-party system into a very big, nice, equitable, electoral college-free parliament system. That would be sick as fuck. That sounds way better. With ranked choice voting.
The Democratic Party out there for 2028
Malat Quiros, did I say it right? Malat Quiros in Colorado next?
are vast.
Well, the implications are vast for everybody because we now have a radical, anti-America, communist, openly anti-capitalist party, the Democrats. They have nobody to stop them. They
have nobody to stop them because everybody in the country wants them. Yeah, you're just going to, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, chat. It might take a couple of years, but the midterms are going to really start to establish this, and then the Trump administration is going to grind to a fucking screeching halt, which is going to be lovely. We're going to have a lot of infighting. He's going to scrape and claw and try to stay in office way too long. We're going to have AOC-ish, something like that. AOC probably win the presidency, and then we're going to have big-time American socialism, New Deal type shit, healthcare for everybody. It's probably going to take like a decade to get everything done, or a little bit less, like half a decade. But still, we can do it. Socialism. Oh no, the collectivizing of resources so that we make sure that everyone has a high quality of life at the bare minimum. Oh no, that's so bad. I can't believe loving thy neighbor is something that these right-wing Christians are against. It's so crazy.
Whatever moderates are left, and I would include Fetterman in this. It just doesn't matter that you're
Fetterman isn't moderate. He's a fucking right-winger.
A moderate. It just doesn't matter. You're all cooked.
Yes, you're all cooked. True.
And this is why every single one of us, the only defense against this thing is the wide tent MAGA thing that will bring over the same liberals and everybody else. And that's why, you know,
the wide tent MAGA. The only thing that will fight leftism is going further to the left. We need to have Chuck Schumer in MAGA right now. It's never going to fucking happen. Are you kidding me? You might get some Zionist liberals to agree if you get a J.D. Vance gun to their head situation. They might pull the trigger and fucking vote for J.D. Vance. They might. Like someone that's a die-hard Zionist against someone who would remove funding from that state on the single issue. Other than that, dude, I don't know who the fuck you're going to get. Most people are left-wing. They either don't realize it or are too disenfranchised to have participated because there's no real candidates for them. But now there are. This is what we've been needing. It could be you. You could be the next Mamdani-like candidate in your area. You should run.
When you hear what people like Tucker are doing, saying he'll never vote for a Republican again and going off on Trump and what Megyn Kelly has done, it's so profoundly disgusting because it's like, who cares? All right, so you agree with
it's disgusting. He's a vote red, no matter who. That doesn't rhyme. He just is like full. You have to vote for MAGA now. It's disgusting to be like, I'm not voting for this again. They're fucking crumbling, dude.
The Iran war that's wrapping up, or you don't, or this or that or the other thing. It's like we got ballpark sane Republicans or that. So you want to split the Republicans? Okay, we'll all be socialists. Now Tucker, I do think, Tucker, I do think wants to be a socialist because he's a national socialist. He's just Bernie with borders. But we'll leave that.
He's a national socialist. He's definitely a Nazi. Tucker Carlson's a big racist for sure. He's truly feeble. Well, in the socialist future that we are trying to march toward, Dave Rubin won't have to pay out of pocket for his worsening shoulder situation.
All right, let's talk about more horrible things. Here's a bit more.
Let's talk about more horrible things, please.
On how Zorhan has taken over the party.
Zorhan?
And, well, let's just say turnout is more than 50% down compared to last year. We're going to follow all of the results. But you said it, Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani spending his time campaigning in 3 key congressional races here in New York.
Glorious.
Tonight's results will be seen as a litmus test for Mamdani's influence in the Democratic Party and a measure of just how socialist this party is willing to go.
More socialist. Much more socialist. You have 3 elections, like midterm, primary, midterm, before I think we're pretty much crushing. Like, it's just going to keep happening. We're just going to keep winning fucking seats. It's worth running. I keep thinking about it. I keep fucking thinking about it.
It's not just a question of electing more Democrats. It's a question of electing better Democrats.
True.
We know that we have to oppose the cruelty coming out of Washington, D.C., but there's a bigger question of what happens after that opposition.
What cruelty is coming out of Washington, D.C.?
Sweeping funding cuts from the Department of Doge. I don't know what it's fucking called. There was a study that just came out that said Elon Musk is going to be responsible for 30 million deaths. Based on the defunding that he was responsible for. Maybe the bombing of civilians and children in Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, and Iran, and other places. Like, maybe those places? Maybe those things are bad? Maybe, don't forget, just murdering people in the fucking, like, Gulf of Mexico? In the Atlantic? Just, in the Caribbean, just fucking murdering boats? Because you think there could be drugs? Like, what about the harm to the American people that are losing their health care, their housing, their education access? What about that, buddy? That's all harm.
You mean the cleaning up of the streets?
The streets aren't fucking clean, you idiot. There's fucking slime in the pool. Our national monuments are literally covered in slime and black mold, and he's like, it's fine, stop criticizing him. Dude, you're in an abusive relationship. You're a cuck.
You mean doing something about all the people who get killed in the streets and
by the Nazis? They're not doing anything. They're brutalizing the citizens. They're just brutalizing people in the streets.
The general urban decay that's everywhere that you guys do nothing about.
The urban decay that you guys do nothing about. Dog. The liberals and Republicans have always been in charge. What are the socialists supposed to do? The United States government and billionaires have been siphoning working class money away from these communities forever, so we can't take care of our own shit in the way that we would like to, because the ability to collectivize our resources and handle things have been kneecapped by those 2 entities. Because the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are both capitalist class, investor class people that love white American hegemony, and they have done what they can to try to maintain that. But it's stopping. It's coming to an end.
The reason that all of the big cities that are falling apart are Democrat-run cities, you guys get it. So he had a great night.
All the big cities are falling apart. Meanwhile, it's all fine. There are problems everywhere that are on like a federal and state level, but like communities are thriving in spite of the situation right now. The vibes have never been better in New York. Like, huh?
You cannot deny. Again, you can hate what they're doing, but what do they say? Don't hate the player, hate the game. And he's playing the game, and he's playing the game quite well. I will grant him that.
Okay.
And perhaps on our side, we're not doing a good job of it. They are doing a much better job at organizing a group of, how would you say, retarded young people.
God, he's seething. He's seething out of his fucking skull right now. Steam is coming out of his flappy ears. He cannot handle the reality that he is faced with. So all young voters are now just, insert slur here. We don't like them because they're voting against what we've been saying that they should do. Shut up. Eat a bag of dicks. It's so obvious that conservative and liberal politics do not serve anybody except themselves. Like, literally the only reason Dave Rubin likes this system is because he's a direct beneficiary of secondary money from primary money. You know what I mean? He feels well compensated for the glazed job that he is paid to give the billionaire class and the ruling class every day. And so he's like, don't stop this. It'll be bad for me.
Who are brainwashed into thinking that everything good is bad and that everything bad is good. They have no idea about history. They don't know anything. And again, that's why they're always pushing public education. They want brain-broken people who don't know how to think.
That's why they're always pushing education? No, dude. I want brain-broken people. I want the opposite of that. I want a bunch of atheist, leftist children that know the world is real and their rights should exist and they have bodily autonomy and they have freedom to be themselves and pursue lives that they want to pursue and not be controlled by muddied interests or predatory men with their eye on some sort of resource or clout. Like, no. I think we're done with being controlled forever by this shit. I think it's time for everybody to chart their own fucking course for once. Collectivize, ensure everyone has the best possible basic necessities met, and then let them go thrive however they wish. Everyone's life will be different. Not everybody has to achieve such greatness or do these certain things. Some people just want to fucking garden and write and play music and cook and spend time with their families and have a dog and then die under a tree and be replanted and have apples grow from their corpse. Like, that's nice. Some people want to go build a business and sell bread or, do other stuff. Let them. Some people are gay. Some people are trans. Some people are gay guys who dance for straight people's right-wing money. Those people are banned in the socialist future, though. You'll be banned.
Will be brainwashed into all of the wrong things, and then they will vote for them, and then you'll get free this, we'll hand you out a little of this, and then we'll march to Palestine. You morons. Here's one more from Scott Jennings talking about how radical the party has become.
We'll march to Palestine. No, I think, here's the plan, and I don't know, I think everybody else is on board with this. We no longer fund Israel in any respect. We send military relief to a genocided group of people, and we enforce the national and international laws of those people that are sovereign and ensure that they have, just like we did in World War II, we free them from the bonds that they have been put under, and we remove the apartheid state. It doesn't have to be military. It just has to be political. You just support the Palestinian people, say you cannot bomb these anymore. Sorry, no more military actions on this place. And then you handle it. You don't even have to do anything. Like, you can just leave them to their own devices. The worst case scenario is we don't do anything and we're exclusionary and we like pull ourselves away from the situation entirely. And then Israel just gets demolished by the people that they've been pissing off for 70 years as they run out of funds and resources to defend themselves from the bed that they've made themselves. I don't think that's necessary, though. I think we can just do a nice, peaceful, democratic situation and then try every warm criminal in Nuremberg, too, and see what happens. It'll be fine.
I'm surprised you sort of glossed over the main issue in this race, which is Israel. I mean, Dan Goldman is a congressman, and he's Jewish, and he went into a coffee shop this weekend in Brooklyn, And they said, you're not welcome here anymore. Brad Lander is out speaking in mosques, telling those people that he'd like to go align himself with.
Yeah, you're not welcome here, not because you're Jewish, but because you're a liberal Zionist. And you fund and endorse the genocide of children for the express purpose of ethnic cleansing and real estate grabbing. Like, he supports settler colonialism, a war crime. Sorry, Scott. He's not welcome. It's not because he's Jewish. There are plenty of anti-Zionist Jewish people that do not wish to be considered part of this disgusting apartheid state.
Ilhan Omar and the rest of the squad. Dan Goldman's only sin, I guess, is that he thinks Israel has a right to exist. And for that,
no nation state has the right to exist. That's stupid. Human beings have rights. Land has, like, negotiated terms through which we ought to conduct ourselves. You know? The state of Israel does not have the right, especially does not have the right to exist as an apartheid or ethno-state. No state has the right to exist as an apartheid or ethno-state. No space for that whatsoever.
That has been the principal issue in this. And you've got the mayor of New York City,
It's the genocide. It's not about Israel existing at all. Like, there's a world that you can conceive of where Israel exists and does not murder Palestinians and allows them to have the exact same rights as everybody else and doesn't have apartheid, and no one's ever doing any of this and everyone just lives in harmony around their religious sites. But it's obvious that that's not the case. And so now you have retaliatory violence that's going to live in people's hearts and minds for generations. Like, it's going to take 3 generations, like 60, 70 years to calm down totally. And only after you make reparations. And so if you don't do that, it won't happen. To Nurem, to Berg, Vin Diesel as Bibi Netanyahu. Wearing a fucking tank top. So stupid.
And you've got the mayor of New York City, Mamdani, out saying about AIPAC and Jewish Americans who have participated in our politics that they are, quote, monsters.
Yes, AIPAC are definitely monsters. You're virtue signaling now? He's calling AIPAC monsters. They are? There's also people that are, like, selling illegal real estate in the West Bank in New York City at, like, a nominally Jewish event, but it was really just a secret fucking real estate. Like, it was, you know, on behalf of the state of Israel thing. Like, come on. This is disgusting. Yes, they're monsters.
What is happening right now in New York City, the Democrat Socialist takeover of the Democratic Party, should frighten not just Jewish Americans, but all Americans everywhere, because this is the direction the Democrats are headed nationally. Look what's happening in Michigan, and it is frightening.
It's frightening. This guy is frightened that he will not be able to swindle the American taxpayer anymore, and instead will be forced to experience life equitably with his neighbors. What a sentence.
Yeah, of course, that's completely right. And if we didn't even cover the story about Dan Goldman went into this coffee shop, and he's like nominally pro-Israel. Like he's like not that much better than Brad Lander or any of these guys. And the coffee shop owner or one of the employees basically posted this thing that they don't want any Zionists coming there or anything else. The same people who would demand that you have to bake the gay wedding cake, but you know now they've decided.
Demand that you have to bake the gay wedding cake. That didn't get made. They didn't have to bake the gay wedding cake. This is the same issue. If you think that they don't have to bake the gay wedding cake, Dave Rubin, then they don't have to serve Zionists? Like, that's a political persuasion. You do not have to serve someone based on their conduct. It's not an immutable characteristic of them to like the apartheid and genocidal state of Israel. Like, that's not a necessary...
We're not going to serve coffee to people who we have a difference of a political opinion with.
It's not just a difference of a political opinion. It's like saying no Nazis in the bar. Pretty easy, right?
I thought this meme, I'm going to put this up on Twitter after the show so you guys can grab it.
Nazism, communism, Islamism, anti-West, pro-Palestinians, totalitarianism, and racism. Damn, dude. I think, anyway, Israel is quite racistly trying to genocide Palestinians. Leftism is anti-totalitarianism, like, obviously. Nazism is most closely associated with Zionism for sure. The communism thing is interesting. Just sort of there to be a boogeyman, and so is Islam. Like, I'm not a fan of any religion, including Islam. But I do not think that people who are culturally Islamic because they were born in Palestine need to be murdered for the sin of it. Like, I think maybe we'll just give them some education and hope that they get secular in their adult lives as they get exposed to, the broader world. Anti-West. I'm not anti-West. I'm anti-capitalist. I like the Western Hemisphere just fine. It's nice here.
This gets it. A meme is worth 1,000 words. This gets it. So what is going on here? Kamala Harris loved her Venn diagrams. So you have Nazism. That's bad.
Okay, he's going to explain the meme, but not for that long, I guess.
Reminder, that's bad. And if you have it tattooed on your chest, not good person.
Oh, I agree. That's bad to be a Nazi. That's for sure.
Then you have Islamism, also bad because it is bad for anyone who's not Muslim, and often it's bad for Muslims who just don't want to bow to complete sort of radical Islam. And
Islam is bad because it's bad is the worst argument ever, and I am not a fan of any religion, like I said. Islam is bad because it's untrue. There are aspects of Islam, like Sharia and stuff, that modern right-wing Christians fucking agree with when they tell women that they have to cover up and be modest and stuff. Like, it's the same fucking thing. You find their way of taking care of what they perceive as a problem is different than the way that you would.
Communism, which is complete government control over everything. These are totalitarian, anti-West ideas. But
I want the government to be smaller than it is, so that doesn't describe me, I guess. If that's your if that's your definition of communism, I ain't one, David. So I think I just deal with it.
What brings the Venn diagram together? What is right in the middle of it? It's the pro-Palestinian cause. The Nazis are in on it because it's anti-Jew. The Islamists...
It's anti-Jew? No, it isn't. It's anti-Zionist because Zionists are Nazis. They are apartheid-loving, genocide-loving, ethno-state-loving, radical fucking murderers, dude. Sorry, I wish that wasn't the case, but it is now. That sucks. There are lots of Jewish people who do not subscribe to Zionism. There's lots of non-Jewish people that do. Like, it doesn't even describe... Like, it's not accurate to say Jewish people are the target of anti-Zionist rhetoric, because it's not the case. There are, like you and Scott Jennings, there are fucking, secular, liberal fucking freaks and shills, and also right-wing Christian nationalists that love this shit. Those are the Nazis, by the way.
Are in on it. The communists are in on it because it's all...
The communists fucking hate this. What are you talking about? The only thing that I guess is accurate here about being pro-Palestinian is that communists are pro-Palestine, typically. There aren't very many... I can't imagine you're a communist and you're like, yeah, Israel. I think that would be a weird fucking person. I don't even know if that person exists. Maybe only as a schizophrenic.
About power. So these groups that should actually not have that much to do with each other are all coming together. That's why Queers for Palestine is very different than Palestine for Queers. Remind me to put that up on Twitter after the show so people can
retweet it
and snag that. That
can snag it.
That's what's happening. It's an omni cause. These idiots are not marching to Palestine. Israel is going to be there whether they like it or not.
It's really not. You don't have to march to Israel to stop the apartheid state. You have to stop supporting the ability for them to hold it up. It'll collapse unto itself. We can follow the international court's laws and arrest Benjamin Netanyahu and fucking Ben Gvir and get rid of all these fucking people. Take them to Nuremberg too. Get the trials. Compensate as many survivors as you possibly can. Try to get them the healthcare, nutrition, rebuilding that's necessary, and tear down the fucking apartheid walls. You're still, sadly, the problem with Israel that they have caused is because they tried to instill an ethno-state. There's going to be tension for a long time because the people who orchestrated that are still alive and part of the citizenry. And so you're just going to have to deal with the social outcomes of your literal behavior, but it'll be fine. Once you make it equitable for everybody to live there, tensions will lower, and over the generations, things will get better. Like, it just is what it is. Y'all, I'll let y'all snag this meme, brother. You're 50.
Notice nobody ever says, hey, Egypt, could you open up the door and let all those poor Gazans out if it was so bad?
not true. It is bad. People are mad at Egypt for not letting that happen, but that's not like at the same time, Egypt is not causing that. They are just aiding and abetting the genocide of these people as Israel commits it.
There was no genocide, and the day that Israel got their hostages back, they pulled the army out. That's how
the army's pulled out.
It's the first quote-unquote genocide in history that the people who were being genocided could have ended it at any moment, but they didn't want to give up the hostages. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Here's more from these radicals. Here's New York congressional candidate Alex Boris.
Let's fucking
and
go!
He's very excited. They're going full socialist.
They're going full socialist. You better believe it, baby.
But this is a schism in your party. Do you think that the rise in democratic socialists and democratic socialism as a concept is a good thing?
Yeah, baby.
Well, I think democracy is a good thing, and that involves having people advocate for different views. I don't agree with DSA on all that they advocate for, but I welcome activists becoming a part of this process and having these conversations.
I
mean, I don't either. I don't agree with every DSA chapter. Some of them are bozos. That's okay. We're going to replace the bozos with good, competent, well-meaning, actual democratic socialists and better, and it's going to be better. We're just going to win. We're just going to keep winning, I think. Let's just do that instead. I'm tired of relying on liberals to do what leftists can get done.
Pathetic fool. I don't love all of it, but you know what? Then they'll take you out too, buddy.
What do you mean, take you out? Does Dave Rubin think he's going to get shot by an Antifa super soldier? What is the threat he thinks is happening here? Do you mean he's going to lose his election? If he's not leftist enough, yeah, good. I don't know what you want them to do. Not let socialists win? How? Just simply be better. Be more appealing to the populace, bozo. I said bozo twice, oh no.
All of you half-measured ding-dongs.
Ding-dongs. He's bringing it out in me, dude. I'm sorry. I won't say bozo again.
You have nothing to stand on. They will, you don't want to liberate Palestine yesterday? We're coming for you. A perfect example of...
Yes. Correct. That's unironically true. You didn't want to liberate Palestine yesterday? You're a dumbass. You've had time to formulate your opinion on whether or not genocide should be okay. You're done. You're donezo, buddy.
Of just nothing in a suit is Timu Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, who pretends not to be a total lunatic, right? He doesn't scream about jihad all day long, but he's just nothing, and he's on his way out too. Here's Hakeem being asked about how the Dems are going socialist.
Yep, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, all out. Love this. Get rid of him.
I want to ask about the New York.
Pretty racist to call him Timu Obama though, just because he's like a black guy. He's like a black Democrat, and you're like Timu Obama, racism. They're not similar guys.
Racist, man, since you mentioned that. Are you worried at all about the influence of the Democratic Socialists in primaries there and across the country?
Well, there are 4 races in New York City, and I'm standing behind every single one of those races that involve an incumbent, of course, and that's Adriano Espaillat, Dan Goldman, Yvette Clarke.
All of them lost.
Yes, all of his
Grace
people.
Meng.
Well, sorry.
All of them lost, buddy.
Buddy, all of your people lost. So it's not your party anymore. And you're
True.
terrible in the first place.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You suck.
Yes.
And blow. Like the robotic made from Spaceballs. And yet...
One nose laugh from his own crew in the background. It's rough out here.
You're still not radical enough for these lunatics. Here's White House spokesman Stephen Miller explaining that these Democrats are not your grandparents' Democrats.
That's the communication challenge that we all have.
Look at this fucking cretin. This guy's a white supremacist. He thinks he is part of the master race. Look at this fucking freak. This guy should be in Nuremberg too as well. This guy right here should be held to account for his fascist bullshit. I cannot wait until this man faces consequences for his actions.
Together, Sean, which is to explain to the American people that Democrats you grew up with, the Democrats that your mom and dad grew up with, the Democrats that your grandma and grandpa grew up with, do not exist anymore at all.
I would love if that were true. It is unfortunately a lie. Chuck Schumer's still a guy. all the normal Democrats still exist. But what is true is that someday they won't. And that's pretty good. Someday Chuck Schumer will be nothing more than a memory we all sort of like try to brush off when it comes up. We will go, oh, that guy? Ugh. And we'll go, oh, isn't it so much nicer having Democratic Socialists run the government? Yes, it is. And then we go get health care, and then we go to our homes that we can have. And then we go get educated. We just go have a life. And that'd be nice.
Not at any level of government. A vote for any Democrat anywhere for any office is empowering a party that wants to strip this country to the bone, to take away our security, our...
Dog, you're already to the bone. What we're trying to do is dig up the bones, put them in a little ceremonial pile, and burn them to cleanse away the bad spirits and start anew. Okay? We're trying to get rid of the fucking ghost of colonialist past, all right, buddy? We're getting rid of the bones as well. Consider the bones also gone. Boneless America for everybody from now on, all right? Boneless and crispy for everybody.
Defense, our way of life. You know, just tonight, Sean, I saw a Democrat member of Congress online defending the Antifa terrorists in Texas who were just jailed for shooting an ICE officer.
Oh no! Not the Second Amendment enthusiasts! We should definitely not support people defending themselves from tyranny. I'm on the side of tyranny every time, because I'm an American MAGA patriot, and tyranny is actually good.
Yes, that is completely right. So any one of these Democrats that let's say there is a Democrat. Fetterman is the one outlier still, and I don't know fully what's going on over there.
Stroke.
But any other Democrat, the Hakeem Jeffries type, these types that are just like, I'm not fully that, but you can't, not only can you not stop it, I don't even know if you actually want to stop it. But think about it. If you're Hakeem Jeffries right now and you're...
Yeah, there's nothing that the liberals can do. You will lose your seat in Congress, in the House. Like, you're going to lose your governorship. You're going to lose your fucking little city council seat. If you're a liberal Zionist, you're gone. It's done. If you're a Republican Zionist, you still have a chance. The Republicans will still vote for you because they're idiots. They're easily swindled dupes. But the working class is on the rise, and Dave Rubin fucking hates it.
You're supposedly the congressional leader of the party. All of your guys lost. So what are you doing today? Sadly, in politics, what will he do? He will have to become more radical now, because what does he want? Power. He doesn't want to suddenly be like, you know what, I'm Hakeem Jeffries. They programmed, I can't use both my arms for this, but normally I would be more robotic, but I'm Hakeem Jeffries, and I want to stop the Democrat Socialists. I'll do it. No, he can't do that. He will be, I'm Hakeem Jeffries, and now I see the future of the party, and I want to remain in power. Beep, bop, boop, bop, oil me.
Dave Rubin is like genuinely unfunny to the point of removing laughter from a room. Like, if I was laughing about something that I thought was funny, he would have killed it for me. It's worse than telling a bad joke. They're anti-jokes.
All of them. It's all of them. Here's Maryland Governor, Democrat Wes Moore, and of course he wants to pack the courts.
I mentioned the same thing. She had a very similar answer when I asked her about the Electoral College and whether it should be abolished. It was a very similar answer.
The Electoral College should definitely be abolished. Are you kidding me? Oh, we would be a socialist heaven in moments.
To her answer about the Supreme Court. Where do you stand on that?
Yes.
I would say the same thing. I think the Electoral College, I understand why it was put there. I also think that there is now time to reevaluate.
It was put there because white landowning slave owners wanted to make sure they weren't able to be undercut by the working class at any point. And so they created a system in which there was equal representation, even though there weren't that many fucking people. So it's stupid. Senate should be abolished. It is what it is. Senate should just be abolished. It's really dumb.
Oh yeah? How about you explain why the Electoral College was put there? You don't know why it was put there, you buffoon. And again,
I just said why.
And they only want to pack the court because they don't like the decisions the court is making.
Yes. And I would like to reduce, it shouldn't be a lifetime appointment. Pack the courts to like 11 and pack them with left-leaning people. And then, starting with seniority, immediately that first guy or gal I think it's a guy. I think it might be Clarence. It could be Alito. That person has to get out of office. They're done right now. And then every single year, the longest tenured judge is gone. One a year. And it takes that long. So if there's 11 judges, it takes 11 years to cycle through them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's a one 11-year cycle. That's decent. That's a nice long time. The longest term we have anywhere. I think it's fine and reasonable. And I also think these people definitely should not be able to make political decisions at all. And we should vote on the Supreme Court. It should not be an appointment by the president. I also don't necessarily think the president should exist, but we'll see how efficient we can get.
Sometimes the court makes decisions you like, and sometimes it doesn't. But if you want to pack the court, what you want to do is actually break the separation of powers. You want to break checks and balances. The idea that the whole point of separation of power, right? 3 branches of government is that they do different things. Now you don't like what the judicial branch is doing, so you want Congress, one of the other branches, to override that branch of government.
No, I want us to update the system so that it makes sense for the modern era instead of working on something where they still had sailboats as primary oceanic travel. Upon which they loaded chattel slaves. I think we can think better than those guys. Guys with muskets, I can think better than that guy. Dare I say I'm smarter than Thomas Jefferson, and you are too, chat. I have enough sense in me to say that human beings shouldn't be property. Pretty easy. Not too shabby. So yeah, I think we can update shit.
You shouldn't be allowed to hold office, but here we are. Here's James Tallarico, and this is some of the dumbest bleep me, just bleep me or play it, whatever. Here is some, just bleep me or play it right now. Bleep me or play it. It's up to you.
Kill me or play it, maybe? Kill me or play it? Is that what he's saying?
Very strange every time I think about it that the most popular figure in our country, particularly on the conservative right, is this, socialist anarchist from ancient Palestine.
I literally almost put my pen through my eye. Yeah, from ancient Palestine. You're talking about Jesus. Jesus was from Palestine? No, there's no such...
Oh, Jesus? Yes. Jesus Christ of Nazareth? Yeah, he was a Palestinian. That's true.
Thing as Palestine. Okay.
There's no such thing as Palestine, except for all the instances it is mentioned and noted and considered true by billions of people. Only, except for all of those. Like, if Israel exists, Palestine exists just as much. Like, honestly, this kind of rhetoric that Zionists and big Israel heads always push, like, oh, there is no such thing as Palestine. I mean, it really makes me want to support a movement to strip the nation state of Israel from its name and rename it Palestine. Like, that would be way better. Like, give it back literally to the Palestinians. The state of Israel is no more. An equitable state of Palestine would be just fine.
There was the British Mandate of Palestine, and before that it was called quote-unquote Palestine to erase the Jewish history, but Jesus...
To erase the Jewish history? Shut up, dude. He's just saying, yeah, so it was called Palestine, but...
Do we have an image? How about this? We'll do a little ancient history.
We'll do a little ancient history from the AI overview on Google?
Lived primarily in the Galilee and Judea. You're not going to believe who lived in Judea, guys. You'll never believe it. Yeah. Regions in the Eastern Mediterranean that were part of the Roman Empire. That is true. The specific locations where he lived, well, he lived in Nazareth in the Galilee. We were there in a boat not too long ago. It was pretty spectacular. A small village where Jesus spent his childhood. And Jesus, by the way, was a Jew. And he was born in Bethlehem in Judea. And Judea is also where the story of Hanukkah took place. The fact that I even have to do any of this stuff is complete nonsense. But
anyway, Jesus didn't exist. Carry on.
Jesus was a Palestinian.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
And he was a genderqueer two-spirit fairy who put on furry things and went to...
Are you calling someone else a fairy, Rubin? Come on, why are you saying fucking slurs during Pride Month? He's not one of the gay gays. Dave Rubin is one of the straight gays, okay? Except Dave Rubin. Do not call Dave Rubin a gay homosexual. He is a straight homosexual, goddammit, and his husband is too.
Conventions, and and it's coming, of course, from James Tallarico.
This is scuffed as fuck.
Who's a Christian who hates Christianity.
I hate Christianity. That'd be sick.
Yeah, and that's, I always think of myself as a Christian who hates Christianity, right? And like,
me too, dude.
I always get drawn back into it.
All right, so he hates Christianity. He's a Christian who hates Christianity. I don't know if you should be more, when he says Jesus is from Palestine.
Are you a fucking Christian, Dave? I thought he's Jewish, right? But is he even like fucking practicing? I thought he was like an atheist. Why is he so upset about the idea that Jesus was anything at all? He shouldn't even give a fuck. But of course, it makes him feel bad that Jesus was a Palestinian.
I don't know if you should be more offended as a Jew or a Christian. I actually have no idea. Like, I guess that everyone can make their decision on that.
I think you should just stop being a fucking snowflake, Dave. How about that? If you're offended, I think you should shut the fuck up and deal with it, snowflake. Oh, sorry, sweaty. You're offended that I don't support genocide and apartheid? Deal with it, bro. Jesus Christ was an American. That's true, actually. More people need to say that. All right, that's all I have for Dave Rubin. You can go watch the rest of it. He doesn't stop being mad. But before I go, I have one more thing that I want to say, and that is, look at this. Look at this tag that is on Dave Rubin's situation. It says AI. Why does this say AI? Is it because Dave Rubin's face is AI on his little thing? This could be AI. What does it say? So I scrolled down into his information, and it says how this was made. Made with AI. Sounds or visuals were altered or fully generated. Which parts, Dave? Is the intro an AI thing? Is this AI?
June 20.
Where's the AI, brother? Is it just on his face? What's happening? Man, there's so many clips in this. He's just mad the whole time. Anyway, hilarious. What a fucking cringe experience, man. I'm glad I'm not a Dave Rubin guy. Can you imagine being a Dave Rubin guy? If you're a Dave Rubin guy and you're watching this video, explain yourself. Defend your fucking position. Embarrassingly say, I'm a Dave Rubin fan, and explain why. I can't imagine you exist.